Let's go to Habu in Wisconsin. Go ahead. Thanks for holding.
Thank you, Mr. Jones. Always good to listen to you. I'll be very quick and brief and bullet type points. You know, your analysis and that of your esteemed guest is spot on, absolutely correct. Secondly, I'm agnostic on this matter of the Ukraine, and I'm not tied to one side or the other. But after listening to State Department official Nuland saying that the U.S. had spent $5 billion, and that going to a poor country, that should have been able to buy thousands, if not some million people. So that shows, I think, why there is such a polarized kind of situation with only certain group of protesters. And as you observed correctly, that the police have been remarkably restrained, which would not happen in other parts of the world. And lastly, may I offer this prediction, and I'm not trying to be alarmist. I believe that President Putin is just biding his time to wait for the Sochi Olympics to end. And after that, if this level of violence continues, he's going to take matters in his hands, just because that is, I believe, Russia's interest. So
that's another great point. They noticed they pulled this whole Soros thing off during the Olympics, just like they attacked at the last Olympics in China. Remember that in 2008? They launched an attack on Russia during the Olympics when they knew Putin was there. This is unbelievable. And that's a good point. How do you think the Russians are going to respond, though?
Well, I think it's be restrained. And, this, of course, will be fodder for, I believe, the West, meaning they'll say, oh, yeah, this guy is a real, anti-democrat, this, that, the other, Putin, to demonize Putin even more. I don't, just like the Georgia case, the West will not be able to do anything.
Well said, Habu, you're amazing. You know what's sad? You hear folks that are obviously not from the U.S., and they know all about geopolitics and everything works. And you talk to my average American, they don't even know what planet we're on. I mean, our listeners are smart and informed, but, I mean, it's fun to know how the world works. It's all the little pieces and it's all the little... I love talking to people like Habu. We'll be right back. Stay with me. Let's talk to Bob in Texas. Bob, you're on the air. Welcome.
Alex, how are you today?
Pretty good. Thanks for calling. Go ahead.
You were talking about the Ukraine earlier. They had a Fox News pundit. I mean, he was just going crazy that we're not over there just bombing in Ukraine. I mean, that's the way the guy acted. The thing is that most people out here, Alex, I've been, for years now, I've been trying to wake people up to the facts around 9/11. I've been trying to wake people up to the facts of geoengineering, things that are going on in the skies above us. Sometimes I think I could set the whole damn atmosphere on fire, Alex, and people wouldn't even notice.
Well, that's because they're poisoned. They're mesmerized. I mean, we're in a science fiction movie here, brother.
Right. So, I mean, you try and talk to someone about Ukraine, which is a pretty complex situation going on in the Ukraine. You can't get people to wake up to 9/11 to the lies that went on there, and people look at you like you're crazy or something.
It is extremely frustrating to be awake and to see other people who aren't awake, and they think you being informed is a bad thing.
Well, I'm putting on a geoengineering seminar here in my local town here. I live in Orange, Texas, right on the border with Louisiana, and we are being sprayed down here just almost constantly now. Every time I get a blue sky, I know it's not going to last, and then by the afternoon, I've got this silvery haze all over the place. It's disgusting, and you try to point it out to people, oh, that's airplanes, and things like this. People are just so dumbed down. Sometimes it is just extremely frustrating. I know I've woken up a few people, and I guess I've done well at doing that. But it is just, what's going to take for the American people to wake up? Are they going to have to be banging down our doors before they?
Well, they already are. They just do it incrementally, so people aren't aware of it. I hear you, and God bless you, brother. Raptor, man, you've been holding a long time, so we're just going to get on down to talking to you now. Go ahead.
All right, Alex, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. That's a handle from one of my favorite Stanley Kubrick movies.
Yeah, it is. I got a couple points here. You talked about the UK Global Strategic Trends document, 2007 to 2036 earlier, and it's very telling in the program. It's actually Global Strategic Trends Program 2007 to 2036. And if you look at the map contained within the document, it has several things. It has explosions over the Ukraine. It's a symbol of explosion. And there's several threat levels listed at the bottom. One of them is a coastal threat. The entire continent or the entire island of Japan is a coastal threat, along with just the west coast of America, foreshadowing Fukushima. The Gulf of Mexico, coastal threat, foreshadowing.
No, I've seen that map. We need to pull that up and put it back on screen for folks.
Yeah, foreshadowing maybe the Gulf incident, Gulf Coast oil incident there. And also there's one on Atlantic, and it's noticeable that the coastal threat in California ends at Canada and ends at Mexico. Japan is surrounded. Maybe it foreshadows Fukushima, I don't know. But there's something they want to do in the Atlantic. It doesn't seem to be happening yet, if you look at that. But also in this document, it says the middle class will be treated particularly harshly by globalization, and that they will react, and that Islamic terrorism will pretty much do the job until about 2020, and then going to react. It's very interesting. Tell your readers to look at, or your listeners to look at this map.
Yeah, the easiest way to find it is type in Revolution Flash Mobs Brain Chips. That'll bring them to The Guardian. And then where is the PDF in there? I haven't looked at it in a while.
Yeah, and this is kind of a vacation planner, Alex.
You know what? I'm going to do it. Say it real slow for me, and I'm just going to get it for myself.
Sure.
We wrote a story, too, A Grim Version of the Future, Rebellion, Flash Mobs. I bet our article from 2007.
The thing is DC Global Strategic Trends Program.
Yeah, I'm going to type it in. I'm going to type it real slow so I can do it, because I'm going to get it right now on air. Okay, just
get that map.
I know. Hold on just a second. I got to type this in. So I want you to say each word slowly for me, and I'm going to do it, okay?
Sure.
Go into the first word.
DC.
Huh?
Global Strategic Trends.
Yep.
Program, 2007 to 2036. There's a map about page 17.
Yep. I'm going to pull it up, bro. Sorry, I'm just on air, so I'm just going to get it.
Yeah.
Here it is. Keep going, making your points about it.
Yeah, you really don't want to vacation in these areas, I would imagine. Don't plan your vacations around these areas. Look at Africa, completely destroyed.
Well, they've got it all planned out, too. I mean, they basically admitted in there.
Exactly what they're saying. And they're saying in the document that the middle class is going to be mad and rise up, and we're going to have to put them down, basically. But they never mention why the middle class is going to rise up.
Yep.
It also advises using neutron bombs for population control.
Yeah, I know. Guys, I found the document. You can go ahead and punch my screen up. Thank you.
Right there. Very interesting map.
Yeah, I need to try
foreshadowing a lot of the events that you talk about. Addresses a lot of your points. I love your team's work there, Alex.
We're trying the best we can. Yeah, I've covered this report a lot. We should do a nightly news report on this because what's old is new. And there's a U.S. government report thing that basically says the same thing. All right, caller, I appreciate you holding to talk about that, buddy. At a certain point, man, it's just like, wow. Because then you find out they're exacerbating the problems so that they can control it. And that's super uncool, as they say. Symbols are powerful, and the globalists have hijacked the symbols of America. They've turned them into their own symbols. Well, we are restoring the idea of the true republic, not the counterfeit globalist empire, by promoting the icon George Washington and others. That's why we're rolling out an 100% made in America line of incredible pro-liberty apparel. We are repopularizing liberty. We are helping fellow Americans rediscover what made this country great. We are the spirit of 1776. We are 1776 worldwide. We are all brothers and sisters in arms in the animating contest of liberty in the long march towards humanity's ultimate destiny of freedom. Visit MadeIn1776.com today and vote with your dollars to promote truly made in America, high-quality products, and promote the ideals of liberty.